Hello, hello. We are looking ahead at July 14th to July 20th. Lovely week this week. Not a ton going on astrologically, which is really nice after a busier end of the week last week. We have some transits up top, but the middle of the week looks nice and clean. So let's see what comes out for this week. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is like a piggyback off of last week. There is medicine in my shadow. And if you can see, this is an owl up here. And we ended last week with owl energy. So to me, this feels like, ooh, okay, it's a continuation, as they always are. I feel like I say this every week as we sit down, but it is a continuation of the energy that we were already looking at last week, which is we acknowledged something and we acknowledged our part in it. And now shadow work is the work of undoing that and putting in new practices and giving ourselves the resources, the tools, the guidance that we need in order to step out of that pattern and into a new one. It's a deliberate choice. And by the way, if you don't choose it, it'll choose you. So let's look at the week ahead. Let us look at the week ahead. Okay. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm sorry, Saturday. I've got Watson right next to me. You can't see him. This is his new routine, is to just hang out right next to my computer. So he's in all the space where I flip the card. So if you hear me apologizing or anything like that, is because I'm tickling him as I'm flipping my cards. He is here to offer us some support. Watson is my Virgo baby, very detail oriented. And he's not typically, Sherlock tends to be with me when I do my energy work, but Watson really has been present with these since I started the YouTube series. He's been really present with these. And so just a thank you to Watson, because he really is beautiful energy. If anyone that's ever met him will tell you he is one of the smartest cats, just a real gift to the soul. Feeling grateful for him right now. Thank you for being with me, buddy. Okay, so let's look at the week ahead. Sunday, there's nothing going on astrologically. And then we've got the Six of Swords. For some of you, very specifically, this is about going abroad or something that has happened while you were abroad. That is like the first thing that came through to me. But also for some of you, again, these are two very specific messages up top. For some of you, I feel like your company is going to get sold. Either it's yours personally and it's getting not to say on the chopping block, but like on the way to getting an offer. Or if you're working at a 9-to-5 job, you're working for somebody else, I feel like your company is going to get bought. That's very specific for some people. For some of you, this is about going abroad. For some of you, this is also going to be pertaining to children and a decision. All very specific messages today. Very specifically, this is going to be a decision about taking in a child. That could be like, oh, I'm deciding to get into a relationship with somebody, because last week was very relational. It could be like, I'm deciding to get into a relationship with somebody that has kids. Or it could be that you are deciding to move forward in your current relationship with starting a family or starting family planning. And maybe that's some of the stuff that you were looking at last week that you're tweaking, refining, and fixing and dealing with those shadow pieces, so that that's not what you bring into your family as you create your own family. So I know that's very specific, but that's what I feel up top for Sunday for us. Monday, we've got some astrology here. We've got Mars and Uranus having a little meetup in Taurus. Now, this could go one of two ways. Because Mars is the warrior and Taurus is the bull, and Uranus is the innovator or the pot stirrer in some cases. So with this energy coming together, Mars and Uranus coming together in Taurus, this can either be like the matador urging on the bull to strike up its feet and attack, or it could be like, Eureka, I've got it. Because Mars can be putting energy behind an idea, an innovation, a creation, something like that. I'm coming back to Sunday for a second with this energy, and then I'll pull up the card. For those of you that are having a eureka moment, this could also be about pulling in investors. Maybe it's not that your business is getting put, well, maybe it could be your 9 to 5 is getting put to bed, but you've decided to go with your craft or something like that. If you're thinking about starting a business, I heard to come back to this card and say this could also be about pulling in investors and starting to look at investments, like who can invest in this business or this good idea that I have, or who can help me bring this idea to fruition, especially if you're the one having your eureka moment. Now, on Monday, our card is the Temperance reversed. Something still needs to dry out. This is a sobering energy when it's in the upright position. There's a few things that I'm feeling here. Something needs to dry out. Again, this is pertaining to that shadow energy. We've acknowledged it, but and maybe we've started to wring the towel dry, but that doesn't mean it's all the way dry. It's still damp. We still need to leave it out and let it just dry up on its own. So if you've been doing the work or you started to do the work, okay, great, good, fine, whatever. But this is an energy that's telling you you're not all the way done yet. There's still more that needs to be done, but you don't have to go so fast about it. It's not like you want to wring the whole thing out and just pretend like it never happened. Healing takes time. So make sure that you are giving yourself enough time to spend and dissect and reflect and connect so that you can let go of this effectively and build in new practices. There's a reason why this card can pertain to addiction. There's a reason why you can't just stop drinking alcohol. You can't, as an alcoholic, you cannot just stop drinking alcohol. You can get sick, you can die. You can't just pull the plug on that kind of energy. You need to dry out. There's a very specific program that we work to dry it out so that we can do it safe and effectively, and that takes time. This is taking time. You can't just decide, I see the pattern and I'm done with it. That's not how it works. You need to actually take time to heal it and actually make sure that the thing sticks. So there's not, I know I'm going with a lot of addiction energy right now, but this is just the energy that I'm hearing, so that there's not a relapse because you didn't build the right foundation to support you in this new vision, this new life, this new dream. Okay, that's Monday. Tuesday, nothing astrologically, but we've got the Page of Swords reversed. This is asking us to, this to me feels like a contract. Very specifically feels like a contract that needs to come into play. You need to look at the words and make sure that everything is lining up. You also need to make sure that you have the right people in there that are going to support you in this new vision mentally. You need other people, other community, depending on how this reading is unfolding for you. You need community that is going to support you and is aligned with the way that you think. If you just keep hanging out with the same people that did all the same things, you're not really moving forward. You're going to stay stuck and you're going to have that relapse. So a part of this sobering energy is getting around the right people and making sure that the contracts that you are engaging with as you move forward, if this is career for you, that they are actually aligned with who you want to become. And for some of you, I'm also feeling like you need to renegotiate contracts. Maybe you've been salaried, but you want to renegotiate and be negotiable with benefits. You are negotiable with benefits. Maybe right now you work in an office, but you're like, I'll take $5,000 less to work from home because that's going to actually stabilize my energy more and make sure that I actually have time to do the things that I want to do. You are allowed to negotiate your contract. You do not need to be stuck in however it is. You're allowed to renegotiate. You're allowed to say, can we come to the table and look at this because it's not working for me? Is there a solution besides all in or all out? I don't know who that's for, but again, real specific messages that are coming through today. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, no astrology, nothing of importance. We've got the the Knight of Cups reversed. There is also, this feels like a licking our wounds type of energy. We are getting the mental support that we need. Now we need to make sure that we are getting the emotional support that we need. There is an offer that is going to come in, especially emotionally, but Oh, I just saw that bruise on camera. That was nasty. I don't know where it came from. There's an emotional offer that hasn't come in yet, but it's on the precipice. So also just hang tight. If you feel like you're starting to make the shifts and you're getting the right mental support, just know that there is a person coming in for you. For some of you, I feel like this is going to be a reconciliation with somebody from your past. For some of you, I feel like it's a brother energy. It could be an actual brother. It doesn't have to be somebody from the past that is like a brother. For some of you, it will just be somebody from the past. For others, it will be a brother energy, but that brother energy you need to connect with, or that masculine energy you need to connect with, to bring you emotional support. It's masculine. It's a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a man, but it will be masculine energy. You will know the difference. That's Wednesday. On Thursday, again, no astrology to note, but we've got the 10 of Swords. We've got the 10 of Swords. Take a break. There's been a lot between last week and this week. You are integrating a lot. You are learning a lot. You are releasing a lot. You are acknowledging a lot. That is a big mental overload and an emotional overload. But really, this to me feels like, ooh, when the merry-go-round just keeps cycling and we can't see our way out and we don't know what to do and we don't know the path forward and what if. Take a break. Go get some acupuncture. Have a mocktail. Read a book. This is a great day. Sorry to employers out there, but a great day to call in and participate in, I was going to say a summer Friday, but we're talking about Thursday. This is calling you to take a break. You do not overdo it today. There's not a lot going on astrologically, but it's giving us time to integrate. And this is a part of the integration process, is not overdoing it. And maybe you need to journal or get it out. By the way, if this is like something that you don't want people to see, you can write it down on a legal pad of paper, like write down, like get like a legal notepad and then rip off the pages as you're writing them, burn them, and then scatter them to the wind, because this is wind energy or air energy. But this is telling you to take a break, and particularly to take a brain break. Stop thinking about it. Don't push on the mental front. You don't need to overload yourself and buffer out like the spinner of death on the Mac. I don't think Mac still has this, but if you had like an OG Mac, you know what I'm talking about. You don't need to buffer out. Just take a break. Take a break. Take a break. Take a break. Friday, same thing, nothing astrologically. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, but it's reversed. This is about which direction we are solidifying as we're going in. We're not seeing the benefit of the thing yet. We're not actually reaping the reward of our decision quite yet. We're still solidifying the emotional and the mental pieces that are supporting our decision forward, whether that's relationally, whether that is in career. Again, this is pertaining to energy that started last week, or that has filtered into from last week. It hasn't come to fruition yet, but we're working towards it. So just because it's not currently in your hands doesn't mean it's not coming. Last week, we had energy that said it's taking root. It takes time for a plant to shoot out of the soil and into the earth. Just because it's not in your hand yet doesn't mean that you will not reap a reward for it. So don't start this process of thinking like, oh, it's all for nothing and it's not going to come to fruition and I don't know what to do and. That's why you need a brain break, so that you can actually have some clarity and see, okay, things take time. It's building. Things are shifting in the direction that I want them to go. But first, I need to wrap up this loose ends from the chapter before. You have to be able to wrap that chapter up effectively in order to move into the direction that you want to go. Once you do, then you'll have a nice, lovely, beautiful energy coming to fruition. Okay, and then Saturday, we've got some astrology here. Mars in Gemini, Mars moving into Gemini. This is a communal energy, and I'm not surprised because we got a communal card. This is all about networking, connecting, collaborating. So also, if you have a new vision, a new dream, and I'm going career here, and then we'll talk relationally, and it might be something in between. These are just two major areas that people happen to focus on. If it's not sitting there for you, take it where it fits, if it fits at all. You might be thinking about this new thing you might not be the only person that needs to be at the table to make it come to fruition. Last week we talked about investors, or maybe earlier in this reading I talked about investors. I think I did. I'm like, last week it wasn't. It's now, right now. That just happened. You might need investors. You might need other people to come to the table and collaborate with you in order to bring this to fruition. So this is also asking you not to go at it alone. You are not alone here. You need to be networking and collaborating and connecting with people. This is a great time to come up with a marketing plan. This is a great time to be creative. This is also a great time to just voice something with power. Mars, that warrior energy in Gemini, the chatty communicator. Yeah, those two energies are like, speak up and speak your truth and speak it out in the world with power, with oomph. They work well together. It's like a megaphone energy. Where do you need that megaphone? Where do you need to be broadcasting out? Maybe it's like literal, like maybe you need to be broadcasting out through a podcast or something like that. Or simply, maybe even on that relational front, maybe you've come to a decision, maybe you've come to understand something a little bit more, and now you can move forward on that emotional front because you have the power in the voice to actually speak it out and start to make the shifts, the changes that need to happen in order to make that relationship work or make it work better. Or to sever. I just heard, don't forget people that need to sever relationships. Maybe you will find your voice to sever a relationship or hit timeout on a relationship that is not fulfilling you at this moment in time and is not aligned with you at this moment in time. Either way, on that Saturday energy, we do have this very communal energy, the 10 of Cups. This is like, if I could put a tagline here, it's like happy, healthy home. It is a really lovely energy of people coming together and feeling content and feeling supported and loved and cared about. So speaking your needs will get you this, but just know that there is like a light at the end of the tunnel or a rainbow at the end of the storm, that we're moving through all of this energy and we're supposed to be letting go of something right now, or cleaning something up, sweeping our side of the street so that the rain can kind of pour and wash everything away and then the rainbow can come. It's actually a beautiful energy and we're ending on a really lovely note. So go see who you need to connect with and love them well. And I love you guys. I'll see you next week.